Hello YouTube, myself and Jacob are here at Wentworth, New South Wales at the junction of the Murray and Darling rivers, and it's been an eventful trip. The plan was to do the Darling River run from Bourke all the way down through Tilpa, Wilcannia and end up here at Wentworth. However, we're at the end of our trip and we'll head back to the start and we'll show you what happened along the way and the dramas we had, and things didn't quite go to plan. Flies insane, Jacob? The flies are insane, are they? Well, last night we stayed at Rerouting on the Darling. It's only maybe less than 5 kilometres out of Wilcannia, and yeah, the Darling, yeah, it's definitely in flood and it absolutely poured all last night. And as you can see, I'll show you the road. It's absolutely drenched, so I just called up where we're going to camp tonight, and yeah, they said the road's open now but it could be closed, so yeah, just in two minds whether to risk it and get stuck, yeah, because the northern end of the Louth to Wilcannia road is closed up until November 21, they told me, so we'll just drive up a bit further, drive up the road and see what it's like, but it's too bad. We'll turn back and come up with a plan B. Might have to come up with a plan B. The road from, we're on the southern side, just out of Wilcannia, on the southern side of the Bourke to Wilcannia road, and that's the road we want to go on in a couple of days' time. So I'm not sure if, we'll have a look on the weather map, and there is a couple of days in the mid-20s, so it could dry out. So we'll continue on our journey up through Cobar to Bourke, camp up at Bourke for a couple of nights, and then hopefully the road opens and we can do our trip down through Tilpa, Louth, and camp along the River Darling. But for now, yeah, the road's closed, so fingers crossed it will open in a few days' time.
Straight to the stage, they love me. I understand they hungry, but please don't hate, that's ugly. I been sliding, shaking, moving, I been popping in my city. Shawty say she love the way we do it with me. I be too turned up to ever give a I ain't come to argue.
This is the biggest rain they've had in decades. Look at all the water lying on the side of the road. It's absolutely insane.
They been talking pennies, I need bigger bucks. About to catch a flight, I need to switch it up. Got that black boy joy, might do my dance on it. Take no disrespect, might put my hands on it. Hit this chicken, now she wanna marry me, but she gon' need some closure and some therapy. Came back to the city with my bank account on F. Giving rappers
Yeah, well, we spent a few hours in Cobar, had lunch there and a walk around. The rain has not stopped, so had a rethink. Yeah, so I had a talk to the locals, and they were saying the Darling's actually burst its banks at Bourke, or near Bourke, across the road, so no point even going up there. So had a look on the map, had a rethink, and we can get down to Menindee Lakes by Wilcannia, and that road, the locals said it's sealed now. The map book I've got's 5 years old and it says it's a dirt road, but they assure me it's sealed. So we'll head back to Wilcannia, just confirm that road is sealed, and we'll head down to Menindee Lakes where it's not raining. They've got some minor flooding down there, but you can get through, and there's some nice campsites down there, so that's where we're heading now.
When it rains out in these parts, the bone-dry creek beds fill up and it brings life to the outback.
You're not sure if you can read that sign down there. That's the level. That's about 7.9 metres. Yeah, so the high point will be 12 metres. 12 metres versus banks here at Wilcannia. And there are reports saying it should be okay. It's going to rise another 1.5 metres. So up at about 10 metres. I'm not sure if you can see it's flowing, darling. Not fast, but it is flowing. Well, here I am in Wilcannia. Just behind me is the centre lift bridge, and it was constructed in 1896. I think it lifts about 11 metres to get all the, or let all the steam paddle steamers through. And in its heyday in the 1800s, Wilcannia was a bustling town with all the produce and sheep's wool being unloaded here and loaded, and then heading down south to market. But now it's just basically a ghost town. There's not much here anymore. But they've been doing up all the old buildings in the streets. I just had a walk around, and a lot of the old 1800 buildings have been renovated, which looks pretty good. So hopefully they keep that up. Yeah, and it'll give something for the tourists when they're passing by to have a look at. Well worth having a look at Wilcannia on your stop through. Behind me here is the Darling River, and at the moment it must be nearly in flood. I've never seen it so wide. So yeah, it's good to come in here and maybe have a barbecue or lunch, stop over before heading on your way. Yeah, last night we camped on the Menindee to Broken Hill Road, approximately halfway, so we just found a nice bush camp next to a creek bed, and we pulled up camp here just before dark, set up the fire, and we went to bed pretty early because yesterday we basically did a 500-kilometre round trip. By the time we got to Cobar, we talked to the locals there, and they said there's no point going any further to Burke because the Darling River had burst its banks in places and it's all over the road. It was flooded. So we regrouped and thought, all right, we'll head trying to get to Menindee Lakes, and every road we took was closed. So we went right back to Broken Hill, and there's one road that goes from Broken Hill to Menindee Lakes, which is bitumised, and that's still open, so that's where we are today. So today's plan, we're just going to have a lazy morning, kick back, have some nice breakfast, coffee before packing up, and then we'll head into Menindee, have a look around there and get some fuel, and then try and get a nice camp along the lake or beside the lake. That'll be great, and we'll spend probably 2 or 3 days there and have a good look around. So next time we'll see you, we'll probably be out at Menindee Lakes. Well, we picked a pretty good campsite tonight, right beside Menindee Lake. It's not far from the dam weir, so we just went and had a look at the dam weir before. That's pretty spectacular. It's letting out a lot of water into the Darling, and that'll flush down river and into the River Murray. Yeah, this campsite is probably about 2 k's from the dam wall, and it's nice green grass along there, and we're shaded by the trees. And if I turn around, we've got the sun setting in the background, so hopefully tonight we'll get a nice sunset. And I'll stick the drone up and see how it goes. But yeah, we've got Jacob behind us here. He's just digging a pit for the fire. We'll get the fire going in a second, and then we'll get dinner ready. Since we got into our camp early, we've got the fire going. I've just got the charcoal heating up at the moment too, so I might prepare a roast lamb for tonight. And yeah, nothing's outrageous. All I'm going to do is put a bit of rub on it, salt and pepper, olive oil, and then stick her in the camp oven.
If I can make it when I walk alone. Can somebody come and save me? I just wanna know. I wanna know if I could run.
Menindee is where you'll cross paths with some intriguing Australian history, from the wrecks of the many paddle steamers wrecked in this area to the legendary tale of Burke and Wills, who made this their last stop before the ill-fated expedition to the outback. Head into the Menindee Information Centre and grab yourself a Menindee Heritage Trail guide map. This is an easy to read mud map which shows you the many historical sites around Menindee. Some I highly recommend checking out would be the rail bridge, which crosses the Darling River, and the old railway station.
I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up.
Well, behind me, guys, is Kinchina National Park here at Menindee. It's only a few kilometres out of town, and there's plenty of campsites along the river, Darling River, and also the Menindee Lakes. So today we're just going to take an easy day, check out Kinchina National Park. A lot of it's closed off due to flooding, but hopefully we can check out our campsite with camping here tomorrow night. So it's supposed to be open, our campsite, Cow and Diller I think it's called. So we'll check that out and yeah, just take a drive around the park and take a look. Yeah, so a short time ago we just arrived in Menindee, had a look around there. It's quite a nice little town, it's bigger than I thought. It's home to 550 people, and we've got a couple of cafes and small shops, information centre and a pub. So if you need anything, I'm sure you'll be able to get it here in Menindee, and obviously they've got fuel here as well. And we've got a small hospital, doctor and the police station. So we've just come out to the Kinchina National Park, so we'll have a look around. A lot of the roads, all the campsites are closed off due to flooding, but you can go on the river drive, which goes around the river, I'm assuming. So we're just starting it now. Going to take a look around, see what's got to offer out here. But yeah, during the day the flies are insane, and at night the mozzies come out. So we're here in early October, and yeah, if you don't like the insects, the flies and the mozzies, I recommend probably coming from April through to maybe August, September. And you should be fine. Pour us a beer first. Just simple lunch today. It's a beautiful spot here at Menindee Lake, at Cowandilla Campground. Booked in for here 2 nights time, so yeah, just come down to check it out. We'll just cook up lunch. Just having simple lunch today. Just snacks, basically Bunnings sausage and onions. Since you like the barbecue, always have a beer. Jacob, your Bunnings sausage is ready. There you go. Good.
Oh, it's hot.
Is it hot? No, it's straight off the barbecue, sorry. Here I am at Kinchina homestead, the old one. It was built in the 1870s, and in 1956 when the big floods come down, it was decimated, and they abandoned it, never to return, and then it just left it to ruin. Not much left of it now. Here's a boardwalk surrounding the old homestead, and I had a quick look around, and yeah, there's not much there. An old fireplace, old bricks and old relics dotted around the bushland. Just a few metres away, maybe 30 metres away from the homestead, there's the old pump, and they used to pump from the billabong that was nearby. So nowadays it's just taken up by nature, and in a few years time there'll probably be nothing left, unfortunately. Yeah, here we have the old historic woolshed built in 1875. Yeah, it's pretty in good condition. I like this kind of stuff. So we'll take a look inside and look around the old woolshed. you catch there, Jacob?
What is it? Gecko?
It's beautifully refreshing water. I'm not sure how cold it is, but it's quite cool. When I planned for this trip, just before I come, I checked the weather report and it was only supposed to be 15 to 19 degrees. So I didn't really pack any cool weather shorts or anything like that, or even bathers. I wish I had them now, because it's 27 today. It's quite warm. Well, we set up here in Kinchina National Park at Coundilla Campground. It's only one of two that are open at the moment, the rest are under flood. And they've got a good booking system here. You just book online what campground you want to stay at, and it's first in, first served that gets the best campsite. So we've got a pretty good one. It's all under cover of the trees, so it's nice and shady when the sun comes out. And yesterday we had a great time just relaxing in the lake. It was actually a nice warm day yesterday, 27, 28 degrees. So we just relaxed in the cool water. Plan today is to just have a lazy day. We're going to go in, they got some real nice facilities in a national park here at the shearers quarters for toilets and showers. So we'll go and have a shower and then head down towards Wentworth. Well, lucky we packed up this morning. I was just got a coffee and something to eat in Menindee, and I got a phone call from National Park saying they're expecting 40 to 60 millimetres of rain this afternoon. So they're going to close the park, and they advised us to get out. So yeah, we're heading south now to Wentworth. Depending on if the rain comes or not, I might check out Mungo National Park, which is on the way. But for the time being, we just stopped here along the Darling River for a break and lunch.
I found beer.
Oh my god, they even got free beer here. Oh good. Jacob found beer. We'll pick that bottle up and throw it in the bin, Jacob. Well, we're lucky we left Menindee when we did. The road to about halfway is Punkari, I think is the name of the place. And the road there, it looks like they're going to be bitumising the whole road. There's a lot of new road works along the way. The road, if it ever got wet, you'd be stuck out there for ages. It's just clay and sand, soft sand. So yeah, as soon as we got to Punkari, we stopped there and just had a coffee. And the rain come. So from Punkari to Wentworth, the road was pretty much all sealed. We're just coming into Wentworth now, and it's, as you can see, it's just pouring with rain. So yeah, I wouldn't like to have been out on that dirt road with this kind of rain. I think we might have got stuck. Saying that, they've probably closed the road now. There's big signs all the way along it. In wet weather the road's closed, so we made it to Wentworth just in time. The Darling is part of the Darling-Murray catchment, which starts up in Queensland from the monsoon rains, and it can stretch up to 80 kilometres wide. Pretty amazing, eh? And as you can see behind me, all the floodwaters from Queensland have come down and flooded the park here in Wentworth. Well, we're just down at the Murray to Darling junction at Wentworth. Just had a quick walk around Wentworth. It's a nice little town actually, a lot of history here if you're into paddle steamers and steam engines. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 parked up on the foreshore on the main street. One of them I talked to a guy, he's doing it up, the Caledonia. It's yeah, very nice. He's going to have it as a family home, so that'd be pretty cool. And also just on the Mildura side of the river, there's a steam park, I suppose you call it. It's got a lot of steam engines and an old paddle steamer they're doing up, and an old original log building which was the original courthouse here in Wentworth, and that was built in 1860. Well, we're just coming into Wentworth now. It absolutely poured all night. 1 AM I woke up, the awning gave way over the weight of the water. I did have it on a lean like I always do, but just the sheer volume of water was coming down. Yeah, obviously the weight of the water just made it sink or bow, and then it just pulled there, and then yeah, 1:30 in the morning I heard a big crack. Yeah, still gave way and snapped one of my poles. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video of the Darling River Run. It didn't quite go to plan and we had to change our plan, but that's camping sometimes. We can't help the weather, and it did absolutely pour down there for the first few days. And as you can see behind me, the Darling River is in flood, which is very unusual. So I've been quite lucky to see the Darling in flood, and the camp next to the Darling and Menindee Lakes full. Yeah, it was great. And we got topped off the other night with a perfect sunset. So until next time guys, take care. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching Legends. Please subscribe, hit the bell icon, which will encourage me to create more content like this. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.